My name is Putkonen. Thank you for joining me. Today I want to talk about non-duality and change. This topic came about mainly due to my last video, Duality Does Not Exist, Duality is an Illusion. As I had people approach me and I had some interesting conversations, the argument some were trying to make was because there is change, well, that is duality, or that proves duality. However, all change happens within non-duality. Change is not other than non-duality. Non-duality means there is no separation, there is no otherness. That does not negate or exclude change. Now, let's go back to the example I'd used in that prior video, the pando. Because when we look at trees standing side by side, we look at the tree go down to the ground, and that's where we kind of, in our minds, split two trees and say there's two different trees. And so look at the pando again. There's acres and acres of these, what appears to be many, many trees. As you see them standing and ending at the ground. Some are tall, some are short, some are healthy, some are disease-ridden, some are being eaten by bugs. There's new ones popping up out of the ground and growing. And most people would look at this and say, well, there's a lot of trees here. But again, science has found that there's only one. This is one organism. There's one root structure. And there's stems, genetic clones, coming up out of the ground. And so whether it's an old, elder-looking tree that's thick, or a new sprout coming out of the ground, it's the same organism. It's one. They're not two. All change happens within the now. What is non-duality? How could change be other than non-duality? Now, sure, in the mind, we can compare a little sapling that we saw 10, 20 years ago and return and see this huge tree. But again, if it's in the pando, it doesn't matter. Whether it was a seedling or an elder, it's still one tree. And the fact that it grew from a little sapling-ish thing to this huge giant thing doesn't matter. It never created separation. It never created otherness. The illusion of duality to young and old is comparing what is now, which is ever non-dual, with a memory, with an illusion or mental fiction perhaps even, in the mind. We're comparing what is with something in the mind. And in this comparison we say, well, there's two things, young and old. Doesn't really exist. I'm not saying change doesn't happen. Obviously change does happen. But I'm saying change is not other than non-duality. All change happens in non-duality. And so whether as time passes, the little sapling-ish pando tree turns into a big giant mammoth tree, doesn't matter. It never became other. It never became two different things. It's two in the mind. And within illusion, within the mind, we can imagine two because, again, there's young and old. But that's no different than looking at two trees in the pando and saying, well, this one's healthy and this one's sick. So that's duality, healthy and sick. This one's tall, this one's short. That's duality, tall and short. These differentiations are just thoughts. These differentiations are created in the mind. It makes it easy to converse and talk. But there really is not two. There never was two. If you compare a tall or short tree in a pando, a diseased and health, or versus a healthy tree in the pando, it's all one organism. It's all one tree. It's never been two. All that variation is within non-duality and not other than non-duality. But if you like my videos, please subscribe and see future ones. Feel free to comment or share the video as well. But thank you much.